Hey guys, what is going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this is my YFZ450R. So as you guys saw in the last video, we got everything buttoned up on this thing to get it to be able to run. So I've done my 2 heat cycles on this thing, couple heat cycles, and so I think she's about ready to ride in terms of at least the engine being ready. Of course, it's not ready to ride yet because still quite a bit to do, but in this video, hopefully we're going to get a lot closer to that stage of being able to get ready to ride with this thing. And so got some more cool parts we're going to be installing. And so one of the big things I'm going to be installing in this video, one of the first things is we have some fresh GBC tires ready to go. And yeah, so we've got the GBC XC Master front. That's what I've always ran. I switched last year to the GB3 Groundbuster 3. However, they have now come out with the GB3 Pro, so the Groundbuster 3 Pro. It's supposed to be a little bit better of a tire. It's got basically the same compound, but it's a lot flatter on the top, and so we'll look at that once we get them mounted up. But everyone loves these. I love the Groundbuster, so hopefully I'll love the Groundbuster 3 Pro as well. So I'm gonna get those mounted up on the old Hyper rims. And then if we come over here, I've got some various other parts we're going to get installed as well. So first thing I got to do on those Hyper rims is I got to switch over to some Yamaha wheel centers since they're Honda. So we'll do that on the front. I've got me a brand new DID X-ring chain to go on as well. Get that freshened up. These are just a rebuild kit for the Hypers. We also have some front brake lines I ended up getting going with some LSR Lone Star Racing brake lines. Unfortunately, the streamlines were back ordered, and so these are actually just a universal fit, and so we'll see. Hopefully they're not too long. That's my only concern with them, but like I said, all the streamlines are on back order, so this is kind of one of my only options. So we got that. We also have some Mod Quad brake line clamps. Yeah, no big deal there. Got those. And then we're also going to be doing, I highlighted the anti-gravity battery for the 24-volt kit. So we're going to be doing that as well, getting that all hooked up and ready to go. So that is going to be the main stuff in this video. I'm still waiting on some other parts, so I'm not 100% sure if that's what all this video is going to be, but that's the main things we're gonna do in this video to try to get this thing closer and closer to being able to rip. So hopefully you guys are ready to get this thing a little bit closer. Let's just jump right into it, get this thing going. Okay guys, well, you saw I got the wheels and tires. I got them disassembled. I got the wheels out of the tires and they're all sitting over here. It's actually been a couple days. Actually, it's been more than a couple days. I did those on a Sunday. It's currently Friday. I had to order some parts and so I was waiting on those before I could put these wheels back together. So we have all of our wheels. I went ahead, cleaned them up, sprayed them off, that kind of stuff. I did some filter cleaning as well. The old tires are chilling over there. Those rears are going to go on the 400, and then I think I'm going to end up selling those fronts to a buddy, but we got the fresh tires sitting over there on the chair. But for the parts that I had to order, let's go over to the counter real quick. And so I did have to end up ordering some fresh outer parts of the front hypers. So as you guys can see here, we have our Honda ring center, or our Honda center hub, and our Yamaha center hub. And if you look here, you see this inner ring here, how these come out. You see how that comes out. And then on this, it does not. It's just a perfect circle. That is because the Honda bolt pattern is different than the Yamaha bolt pattern, and so it's further in. And so I was told originally that I could get by with putting the Yamaha center hubs in with the Honda outers, and I probably could if I shaved back the carbon fiber a little bit, but I didn't really want to do that in case I have to reinstall the Honda ones sometime, or if I decide to sell them, they would just look bad. So I went ahead, ordered some fresh Yamaha outer pieces for the hypers, and that just ensures that I've got a good seal as well, some nice fresh pieces. They weren't too expensive either, about 70 bucks a piece, so not too bad. I also needed some fresh hyper 9-inch rings for the rear. The inner rings for the rear were pretty worn out. As you probably saw, I had to use a mallet on some of those sockets to get the socket to seat on the bolt. And the reason for that is these hypers, they're a great wheel overall. They're super cool. I really like the looks of them, and overall they're just a great strong wheel. And luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had an issue with them. But unfortunately, they do wear out more than an aluminum wheel. And so they're great for racing. However, if you're just a recreational rider, I would definitely probably recommend more of an aluminum wheel, like a DWT or an Alba or a Gold Speed GPS wheels, something like that. But these hypers are pretty sweet, and so since I'm racing, I do like them. I want them. So unfortunately, yeah, they're going to cost you a little bit more than a wheel. But anyway, so what I was getting at is the B-lock rings. I found you can get about 2 mountings off of them, and then after that, it seems like, which I basically got 2 seasons out of the rings that were on there, and then after that, they get so soft that the bolt just starts to pull through the ring. And so got me some fresh inner rings anyway. The outer rings are mod rings. They're still good. I ordered these directly through Hyper because I'm pretty sure that's the only place you can get them. And then these rings, B&R hooked me up with these. So they had them in stock. We're able to ship them out. Got them in a couple days. Big thanks to B&R. While I was there, while I was ordering, I also ordered a couple extra parts from B&R. This is a front frame plug that goes over here on the front of the frame. These come with like a stock plastic plug, as well as the bolt or the threaded inserts in here. They strip out a lot, so you take this guy, you insert it in here, and then you don't have to worry about packing your frame full of mud and water, because that plastic one was gone when I bought the quad. So we got that, as well as I did order just some headlight and taillight delete plug kit from them, from Raccoon Racing Products. So we got that as well. Not necessary, but it just cleans up your harness a little bit, keeps the mud out of there in case I ever wanted to install headlights or taillights back. And then I ordered some of the Zeus fasteners for my mud plugs just to get those refreshed as well. But Anyway, that's it for the new parts for now, and so we are going to get some tires mounted up on some wheels, and hopefully we can get this thing sitting back on the ground. I took the wheels and tires off of it, the gold speeds off of it, and they are mounted on the 400 from the riding videos that you guys saw a week or two ago, and so that's why this thing is back on the stand. But hopefully this evening we'll get the tires back on it and we can get this thing sitting down on a fresh set of rubber. So with that, I will quit rambling and we will get right back in to the video. Okay guys, well, we got these tires mounted up on all the rims and they're mounted up on the quad as well. So here we have some beautiful GBC XC Masters on the front. We got our GBC Ground Buster 3 Pros on the rear, and whew, man, that is a nice tread pattern. Big fan of the GB3. All I've ran so far is regular GB3, so I'm very interested to try the GB3 Pro. Everyone swears by him that runs the GB3, so I'm real excited to test that out. And then, of course, we got our hypers all mounted up, looking beautiful. We got the new outers up here looking good. And good thing is we don't have any obvious leaks, so that is sweet. So we at least got this thing sitting on the ground on a fresh set of tires, and so it's getting closer and closer to being finished. So I'm not going to wrap this video up yet, but it is late at night, so I'm going to wrap it up for today. But I will check back in the morning, and we are going to, I'm not sure what I'm going to work on next, but we're going to knock out some more stuff on this thing, so that way we can get this thing ready to go. So I will catch back up with you in the morning. Okay guys, well, it is the next morning and we're ready to get back to work on this thing. So I think what I'm going to do first is we're going to do brake lines. I'm going to get the front brake lines all hooked up. We got our master cylinder, we got our banjo bolts and crush washers, we got our brake lines, we got our brake line clamps. We should be good to go to get this thing fitted up. So this is a 2-line kit, so most of the quads out there come with a 3-line kit from the factory. So that means there's 1 line going down to a T-block down here, and then that T-block splits off and goes to each caliper. The 2-line kit means there's 2 lines coming off of the master cylinder when it's up here. 1 line goes to this caliper, 1 line goes to the other caliper. So that is what we have, and we're gonna get it fitted up. I know I've talked enough in this video, so let's jump right into it, get these brake lines hooked up. Okay guys, well, we got the brake lines installed, and most importantly, we got them bled. So now I officially have front brakes. So yeah, got those installed, and the lines were a little longer than I would have liked. And so what I did is I took the long way in routing them. As you can see, they come down through the frame right there, go around the frame, and then come back down through here and up to the front caliper. So otherwise, these things would have been sticking out somewhere in here, and I didn't really want that. So, you know, is it the correct way? No. But is it going to hurt anything? Also no. So it works for now. And like I said, the streamlines were back ordered, so this was the best I could do. But we got them installed, we got them bled. It took a lot longer to bleed than like my other quads that I've bled in the past. It took me probably at least over an hour or more just sitting there and you know, hitting the lever forever, you know, letting the air out and then repeating the process. So anyway, I did finally get it, and it took a long time, but I think also that has to do with, since there's the 2 lines, you're gonna have a higher volume of brake fluid, and so that also means you're gonna have a lot more air in there. So yeah, I was able to get it, not a big deal, but we were able to get that. And so the next thing what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the chain on. So like I showed before, we've got our DID ATV racing chain X-Ring 520. So we got that. I'm going to stick that on the quad, and then I think the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is put on our 24 volt kit. So that's going to be the next thing I'm going to do in this video. So let's get on it. Okay guys, well, we got our chain installed, our DID X-ring chain, nice gold links on there, looks pretty sweet. And then of course we also got our 24 volt kit. So I didn't do like a how-to on how to do this or anything, but if you do want to see how to do this, go over to On One Wheel 7's channel, and in his 2021 YFZ build series part 8 video, he goes through and basically step by step on how to hook up this 24 volt kit from BNR. So I went through most of the steps just kind of quickly, but I didn't actually do it. So what I will show you though is how this thing works, and it's really sweet what they came up with. So I'm going to set the camera down real quick and show you exactly how it works. Okay guys, so basically how this works is right now it is in its 12 volt configuration. So basically how the battery is wired up, it goes to our relay, and then our relay, once it's activated, goes straight to the starter. So what I did is this wire is currently hooked up to the relay, and so right now the current would travel through here. This is the previous wire that was on the relay, and I just adapted it into here. And so right now the loop is the same, it goes straight to the starter. But then if I want to go to 24 volt, all I have to do is first unplug this guy. So we're unplugged. I take my 12 volt anti-gravity battery, and it is wired up to where the first wire that is coming from the relay is going to my negative terminal. So we're going positive of the first battery to negative terminal of the second battery, and then we're going positive terminal back to the wire that's going to the starter. So if we plug this guy in here, we are officially in 24 volt setup. And the really nice thing about this being so quick too is what I can do is I can leave this guy in my, it's so small and easy, I can leave it in that tool pocket that this battery sits in as well. And if for some reason, let's say this battery dies on me when I'm trying to start it, all I got to do while I'm on the trail or racing is I pop this guy out, I put my 12 volt connector back on, and bam, I've got this battery that's charged off the stator and should still be good. So that's a really cool thing about this, and it's really easy to hook up. It really didn't take much. All I had to do was the one connector, I did have to cut the end of this off and solder it into it, but other than that, it was pretty straightforward and really easy to hook up. So now that we do have this, I want to go over in the other side of the building and test it out and see how much faster it turns it over versus just the 12 volts. So let's do that real quick. Okay guys, so right now it is in its 12 volt configuration. I'm gonna start it real quick. It already starts pretty quick, but we'll plug the 24 volt in and see what it does after this. So first, we'll go 12 volt. Next, we will unhook. We got our battery fully charged, and we will see what this guy does. So here's 24 volt setup. Okay guys, well that was a little bit of an unexpected result, and so as you guys saw, it takes longer to start with the 24 volt system than it does the 12 volt. Well, my only thought is it has to do with how the vortex is tuned. For some reason it just doesn't like that quicker turning when it's turning over that quick. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I may have to contact B&R and see what's up with that. So if you guys have any recommendations on that, as you know, these are fuel injected, not carbureted, so there's nothing I can really do in terms of tuning. They do have the knobs, the tuning knobs on them. However, I'd rather not mess with that because I just don't want to make it worse. So I may get with B&R and see what's going on, and maybe they can give me some suggestions on what to do, because as of right now, it starts quicker with the 12 volt system, which is not great. So, I mean, it already starts quick with the 12 volt system, but I guess I'm also just used to the 400 where like you look at the starter button and it starts up like it's just so fast. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just so used to it. But you know, there's guys out there that, you know, yank hole shots on these things and they start super quick. So yeah, I may just have to mess with it and see what's going on. But I guess that means for right now, we're going to leave this thing in 12 volt because it starts quicker. So yeah, I guess maybe it needs to warm up too. I only had it running for a couple minutes. So maybe once it warms up and I guess, as you could say, it tried to fire really quick the first time, but then it would kind of die and keep turning over. And so I'm not 100% sure what's going on. But anyway, regardless of that, we got a lot done on this thing. This thing is running. I am super happy with that. It's running. It seems to run good. I haven't actually ridden it yet, but I assume it's going to be good since all we did was really the only motor / intake mod that we changed was the filter. And if anything, that would just give it a little bit more air and maybe lean it out a little bit. So maybe that has a little bit of something to do with it. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess we'll just have to figure that out. So got a lot accomplished in this video. Oh man, I've been doing so many of these videos, I forget what all I did in each video. But we got our tires mounted up, that's right. We got our fresh GBC tires all mounted up. We went through, we got our chain installed. We got our 24 volt system installed that right now is not doing what it's supposed to do, but hey, I guess it is what it is. But other than that, yeah, we are about ready to ride this thing, and I need to because at the time I'm filming this video, the first race of the year is 3 weeks away. So we are closing in, and I need to get this thing ready to ride. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I think it was another good one. The build series has been going great. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. So thank you guys for coming and watching. Support the channel. I really do want to say thank you to all my sponsors out there. I'm going to do a video here before the season starts on all my sponsors that I picked up this year and what they are bringing to the program. So big shout out to all of them, especially Wrestler's Extreme ATV here in Brazil, Indiana. One of my main sponsors this year. He is a great guy to deal with. He knows his stuff when it comes to mechanic work and all knowledge on ATVs in general. So if you got any questions, you want to order some sweet parts, give him a call, go in there, talk to him, let him know I sent you. He'll hook you up with a little bit of a discount on your purchase, and it should be good. So thank you guys for coming and watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.